We're here. Okay, we back. Week 2 just concluded. Another crazy week. Another week full of injuries. Less standard though, as we should have known.
Man, but I don't know. I feel like this year it's so early in the season. We're getting all these like crazy ass injuries to prominent players, but that's part of the game, I guess.
Yeah, it's a big part of the game, bigger than we would like it to be. But yeah, I mean, we got to talk about some of the at least crazy highlights of last week. But before we touch on all the details, let's just review real quick how it went down for our best bets and what we gave out on the show, at least. We had Demo as a guest here. He was real high for giving out a long shot Raiders money line. I mean, I can see the value in it, plus 330. But yeah, that was just an ass whooping. Raiders played like shit. Bills didn't even play that good, and still were able to dominate the game. And then we got you went 1-2, but went positive with plus 0.9 units. He had Niners -9, which was actually on track to hit until the Rams pulled out a interesting field goal to a lot of people, just so they could lose by 7.
Bless you.
Yeah, what do y'all think? What do you think about that?
I don't know.
That field goal is crazy.
Did they know somebody or some shit going down? Somebody was betting on the inner game. Who knows?
Yeah, well, Sean McVay said that he said, I don't know nothing about that Vegas stuff. We just thought like we could try to get a field goal and then onside it, but we ran out of time.
Yeah.
But of course he'd say that, right? So it's like for me, it was great because I was on if y'all didn't know, I was obviously on the Niners in a teaser. And I was like, okay. Niners dominated. And then they ended up, I was like, I'm gonna middle this shit because I had a lot of money that was hanging on Philly and then hanging on the Niners -2, which I gave out on the show, by the way, as one of the best bets. And in the end, I was like, okay, this middle's not going to work, so I'll lose some of the profits on Rams plus 7.5 because they're going to lose by 10. Then all of a sudden, I see them set up for a field goal, and I'm like, is this a dream? Is this real? And they kicked it through, and I was juiced. So I landed right on that number 7 here, magic number 7, and that was a good day there. Saints, that was the push on the pick I gave out at Saints -3. I won the bet. I got the Saints early at -1.5. You could have got it at -2, 2.5. But when it closed at 3, and then when we did the show, so I had to put it at -3 for the show, and it actually pushed. So I just showed you like the numbers do really matter, especially in football and the NFL specifically, more than any other sport, in my opinion, because there's some key numbers for sure. And then I got one wrong here with that Chiefs and Jacksonville over. It was a bad read, man, because both sides were defensive. The Chiefs has been transforming to a more defensive team because they have lack of weapons on offense, man, which is a pretty interesting dynamic.
Yeah,
as well.
And they just got Chris Jones back too, so he had a couple sacks in that game also.
Yeah, definitely a big improvement to the defense there. So shout out to them. I mean, the Chiefs dominated. And to finish your side here. Niners didn't cash but should have -9. There's the Ravens and Lions.
Lions blew it.
Lions lost. They had a lot of injuries as well.
Gino wrote back.
Yeah, Gino came back. I benched him in the league and almost lost. Shout outs to the Gen G League. I pulled out a W thanks to Derek Carr sucking. Let's go. But still pulling out the win.
My team took a shit that week. I don't know what's going on. We need to regroup.
Most points to the least points in just a week.
Damn, just a week.
Man, what a turn of events. And then, but you did hit that big greasy parlay, man. The grease came through. Niners money line, Cowboys, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, all money line at plus 290.
Hey, that's cracking.
So that's what saved you from staying positive here, and you became positive on just 1 and 2. So shout outs to that, man. But yeah, hopefully we get another a better week, a bigger win week here. It's going to be a juicy one, man. Some good matchups. But any last thoughts or anything? Oh, can we talk about injuries? Fucking Chubbs. That's just like the most recent one that just happened. Out for season.
Man. That was terrible. Shout out to Nick Chubb, man. Hopefully he gets recovered and hopefully he can still play football again if he wants to do that.
Because he's I would say he's like one of the last of the dying breeds of running backs as far as like high volume, like just straight runner guys. that don't just, go out for the little dump off pass. He just straight pounds the ball, pause, so man, that's sad to see. But everyone on fantasy on the waivers this week was racing to get Ford on the Browns, who's the backup on the Browns, who did really well once Chubb got hurt. And, people were throwing major fab for those leagues that do the little auction for the waivers. My league, there was a league I was in, somebody threw $66. Another league, someone threw $87, which is almost all their fab or all they had left, which was pretty insane, man. So I didn't win Ford in any of them. And then the news breaks out immediately in the morning that Kareem Hunt, which we all kind of expected, is signing a 1 year to the Browns. So that was the risk with Ford. But I think everyone shouldn't worry too much because Ford's definitely still going to be starting the next couple weeks and for sure probably the starter for the rest of the season. But of course, as the week progresses, Hunt's going to take some of those looks away and they're going to split a little bit of workload. But still, I don't think Hunt's going to be the starter. It's going to be Ford, I think, as the main back. So
also for Hunt though, it should be regularly, like he just got to get mostly in shape, and then because that was his team the last 3-4 years, right?
Yeah, so he should be all accustomed to it, and he was planning on getting signed. Like he was trying to shop around free agency, right? So he was staying in shape. I think. I mean, obviously he still needs practice and reps and everything, but I don't think he was just out here just eating cheeseburgers all day, not doing nothing, for the whole time. You never know, but I doubt he's Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott's on the team, so
man, I just dropped that fool. But this also gives a shot for Deshaun Watson to try to step up, and what I'm saying, try to.
He's been trash. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. He wasn't looking too hot. I mean, he could pull some tricks out and run, but the offense is stagnant by him. And now that they're gonna take a hit on the run game, I think it's gonna hurt the Browns for sure. I mean, no doubt, bro. It doesn't help losing Chubbs, a player like Chubbs. Yeah. And then any other injuries? I mean, I'm sure there was a whole bunch. I mean, Montgomery got hurt, and I think the left tackle, one of the tackles, got hurt along with them and the Lions. They got banged up secondary. Who else? Philly got a bang up secondary. A lot of teams are dealing with injuries on their defensive side that aren't necessarily huge names for the common folk that watches ESPN, the Sports Center. But if you really follow, like, it affects their defense. And when you lose multiple players on defense, or the O line, any line, D line, O line, especially O line, like that thing really affects the whole offense of the team, bro. No matter how good they are.
For sure.
So, but it's just part of the game here. But well, shit. With no further ado, let's get through this. This
week 1, baby. I mean, week 3.
You want to go back to week 1? But yeah, we got a good short week for the Niners here. They're staying at home and welcoming the New York Giants. Niners open -9.5, under over 43.5. Now Niners are -10 in pretty much everywhere. And the under over is now at 44.5. So, what do you think? I mean, should I even ask?
Yeah. No, you already know the deal. Niners, this will be the lock of the show for sure. Even though it's a short week, but like you said, the injuries are plaguing everybody. And the Giants are a team that for sure is getting plagued by the injuries. They just lost, I want to say, with their offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and they're losing Saquon for like 2-3 weeks. He's not playing at all on Thursday. So,
hey, Niners. Can I say so?
Go ahead.
I know. I was just it just brought my attention about the whole injury with Saquon. Is that people are roasting me this week because I didn't get Ford. I went to go get Breida, like just to have. I don't need to start him, and because it's not a good matchup this week, and I don't need to. But I mean, he's gonna be the starting back for now, temporarily, and he's been proven before, on the Niners, and also on Miami, he wasn't bad either. So people are roasting me. I don't know, for those y'all out there roasting people that got Breida, I don't understand it. So fuck you.
Yeah, it's a strategy. Like, it's common sense. Number one is out for 2-3 weeks, so it's either going to be one prominent back or they're going to split the thing. And
like, well, that's the next man up. And Breida's been playing in the league. He knows what's up.
Former Niner as well.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he got a TD in this game. Maybe not a crazy yardage, but maybe he gets a TD.
Hey, you never know. That's what I thought about the Rams last week against the Niners. And Puka did great against the Niners. Tutu did all right. And then that running back went off against the Niners.
Kyron Williams, right?
Yeah.
He's a big pickup, too, for those that he's not going to be free anymore. But there were some leagues where he was undrafted. because everyone thought Scam Akers was going to be the guy. And speaking on that real quick, and I know we'll touch it, but Scam Akers now officially traded over to Minnesota Vikings, bro, which is going to affect Madison as well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. You see, we're going on tangents because everything's webbing together, this whole NFL ecosystem.
It's a multiverse.
Yeah, crazy shit. But back to the game here. I mean, I'm on the same side.
We're talking about injuries, Niners surprisingly have been coming out pretty clean after their victories, which is great to hear. So,
yep.
Yeah, this is home opener for the Niners. I think they're going to show out.
Yeah, they have to, man.
Spread.
And even at -10, I think is good. I think now is the time to bet it. Don't wait until it gets to -10.5, because 10 is kind of a crucial number. Because you don't want to be winning by 10 where it's a field goal and a touchdown, and then you lose by that half a point. So if you could get a 10 now, I would lock it in. And I'll tell you guys at the end of the show, this is gonna be part of one of my bonus Jonas bets for those that have access to 10.3 team teasers, bro. And not everywhere has access, but most books will have it, not in Vegas, but there's some books that have it for sure. But yeah, man, I think it's unanimous. I think New York, they already did an ultimate comeback on the Cardinals. They were probably hyped, and then when they're going to about to get a reality check going coast to coast here on San Francisco. So yeah, what we got next here? Getting into Sunday, LA Chargers. Oh, I should have. Sorry, Chang. You need to share with the people here what the schedule's looking like. Here we go. Let's go in this order here. Oh, so I'm on the wrong week. I'm tripping. All right, here we go. We got the LA Chargers versus the Minnesota Vikings, bro. And interesting, man. Chargers were favored at -2.5 opening, under over 50. Now the favorites are Minnesota. They're at pick'ems or -1 at some spots. And the under over is now 54. So people thinking there's going to be a lot of points. Either side shows any strong defense. And they got competent stats quarterbacks, maybe not winners, but very, very good slingers.
Yeah.
What you got? You like anybody on this game here?
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be, like you said, a slinger game, but I don't know what the Chargers been showing. They don't have like that. They just can't get it done. And I feel like the Vikings got more grit to like actually get the job done. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Yep, money's coming in. And I agree on that too, man. I think Vikings pick'ems, Vikings -1 is a good look. Both teams could score, so it can get dicey and close, hence the spread and the line right there. But yeah, I don't see Minnesota going 0-2 in this case here, and they've shown to be able to close games out a little better than the Chargers.
Yeah,
and
like
Eckler's still hurt.
They even came back against the Eagles. It was like whatever game at the end they were trying to come back. So,
yep. It should be competitive though, because I don't think Minnesota's defense is that great either. So if either side's down, the other side's offense could score. So hence the over too. But I think the over's kind of 54 is a little high, rich for my blood at this point. If you got it at 50, would have been nice. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go Minnesota -1 as a bet as well. Next here we got Tennessee at Cleveland. Sorry, I'm trying to go with the images as well here, but they're all over the place. Tennessee at Cleveland Brown. Another interesting one with some injuries, bro. Lineman injuries on Titans side. Browns, obviously, we were just talking about it. But Browns were the favorite and still are. They were -4.5. Now they're down to -3.5. Under over is 41.5. Now 39.5. So real low total, man. But what do you like here?
Man, it's a close game right here, bro. Like two teams that like really haven't shown nothing. I feel like the Titans have been trying, but they got to do something about their quarterback situation.
Yeah, Tannehill, I mean, he regressed for real. I mean, he wasn't that bad a couple seasons ago, and even last season, he wasn't the worst, and he wasn't great. But it looks like he's getting worse. But part of it might be the issue of like their O-line might not be too strong either, right? It's reducing, it's getting worse. But yeah, I think they have pieces that they could have like won a couple. I mean, they won last week on that a comeback or whatever with the Chargers. But Hopkins was his ankle was hurting. He didn't get a ton of work. So it's all
Yeah.
pretty much Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go with the Brownies.
Brownies for the win. Would you take the -3.5 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, win by more. The Brownies are interesting to me. There's two ways to look at it, right? Like either they're gonna be like, fuck, we got no Chubs, our team's kind of hurt now, morale's down, or it's like, okay, now we got to bounce back and rally off of a game like that because they did lose
Nah,
the
man,
game.
it's
So
just business as usual. Like, look what happened to Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? He even get to throw. So like, yeah, it just that's how the NFL works. You down. Luckily, there was a silver lining with the guy who's number two for him. Ford got like over 100 yards rushing that game. So
yeah, showing like he could do it. But you know what else this is kind of showing? For the owners and the people that are paying paychecks, it just proves more of their point that you don't need an elite running back to really win or like compete. You know, like you could still compete with and invest your money more in the quarterback position and the O line and other positions than RB, which sucks because everyone's getting paid out here except for the running backs. It seems like.
true.
So, but yeah, no. I as far as the spread goes, I like the Tennessee side. I know it's unpopular. People are kind of all the way off Tennessee, but I would take the +3.5. 3 in that hook if I had to take it. I think Tennessee could compete and keep it close. They're both sides defense isn't
No, it's
terrible.
gonna be a close
Pretty decent
game
one.
for sure.
Yeah, so I think Tannehill is like. Here's another thing. A lot of these players that are doing bad, I'm thinking like, okay, this is kind of has to be their bottom, like or like near the bottom where they can't do that much worse. Like it has to be a point where they're gonna bounce back at least a little bit, especially when you have D Hop on your team. Like you can't. How much can you fuck up possibly? Maybe we'll see.
But I feel like the
Um,
Browns got better defense. They got Denzel Ward, Miles Garrett.
Yeah, that's their highlight of the team for sure. I think Titans don't have better defense. I just think they have enough defense to definitely compete and keep up, and it's kind of underrated. But yeah, Browns have a pretty dope ass defense, kind of top in the league type of. What you think they may be top 5 in the league, top
Browns
10, top 10
top
for sure. As
10
far
maybe.
as
Yeah,
defense, not all around.
maybe 15. But yeah,
You only think they're top half of the league in defense?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't have a list
It's
in front
still
of
the
me, but
Browns.
yeah, but their defense is, I think, the highlight of their team almost
Oh
because
yeah,
Deshaun Watson
yeah.
ain't
Well,
it.
now for sure.
Well, let's see what we got here. We'll keep going. We got the Houston Texans against the
Mm.
Jacksonville Jaguars. This is an interesting one. Jacksonville going back home. They opened -7.5. Now they're all the way to -9. Under over 43, now 44. So
Yeah. Texans were making it kind of interesting. The last game, they were trying to come back, but at the end of the day, I fade the Texans.
hey, yeah, I mean, I don't feel comfortable taking -9 with Jacksonville, but I do think they win. And I know the better team. Their defense is actually pretty decent as well. And I think it's a bounce back for them because they didn't play so well against the Chiefs. They thought they were going to be a lot more offensively, sound. And Chiefs defense really surprised them, I think. So now, here's a perfect matchup for you to have, like, prove yourself. Like, you're supposed to be, everyone thinks you're the division winner automatically. It's your chance to be like, okay, are you going to pound a weak team? Because if you can't pound on a weak team in the NFL, like, how are you going to be a contender for the Super Bowl? So I think this is a good spot for them to do it at home. Yeah, I would throw this in like a money line parlay. I'm really actually waiting because if at any point people like Houston, because some people do, and it goes down to 8.5, I'm throwing this in a 6-point teaser and bringing it down to 2.5 -2.5. But I'm waiting for that. Houston, though, like you said, Stroud actually has been doing better than who's the other guy they compared to from the Panthers? Bryce Young. You know how
Yeah,
Bryce Young was a big pick, but Stroud's been doing better than Bryce Young.
yeah.
As far
Stroud
as
had like over 300 yards in
yeah,
that last game.
exactly. So this might we'll see how the rookie goes because he's looking pretty decent and some promise. But yeah, I think we're both going Jacksonville. I wouldn't lay the 9, but I think they win out right here. Know what we got next? Just take it over here. We're taking it from New Orleans Saints against the Green Bay Packers. Pack attack -3, now down to -2. Under over is 41.5, now 42.5.
Mm.
Derek Carr and the Saints with also another injury. We're talking about running back injuries. Jamal
Jamal.
Williams.
Yep.
Mr. Anime's out. Mr. Pokemon's he's out. So that's gonna take a hit, but I mean the backup also did well. Jones Jr. Is it Troy Jones Jr.? Yeah, he had a decent game. Kendre Miller, the rookie, is supposed to be coming back from injury this week. So I don't know how many reps he's going to get, but he's going to eventually get worked in. So that's going to be a tricky game.
One more week for Kamara too.
There you go. And once he comes back, they're going to work him in. And I feel like the first 2 weeks or the next 2 weeks, it's going to be like slowly splitting all the work. So no running back's going to get hella work, And that when they don't get a lot of work, it's hard to tell who's going to be the person on fantasy to play if you had to play somebody, So that's going to be hard as well. But as a team dynamic, I think those 3 guys are solid to have, for the Saints to continue to win and pull out these victories in close games and stuff. They were pretty dominant. They just couldn't score consistently in the red zone because of Derek Carr. And that's classic Derek Carr. Get to the red zone and then can't do shit. So that's kind of the vibe he's on. But I think they're doing it. They're 2-0 though, so you can't say shit. If this was the Raiders when he was on it, it would be like the same situation except they'll be 0-2.
Facts.
Yeah. So
I think
Michael Thomas too.
Yeah, I think Mr. Jesus himself, though, Mr. Carr, I think he's gonna take an L this week. I think Packers gonna get it done.
Packers at home, 1-1.
At Lambeau.
I mean, they were on their way to winning last week
against the Falcons, but Love messed it up, man.
It hurt my heart too because I was on the Green Bay Packers, and for the most of the game, they were leading for majority of the game, and then come back win by Ritter, which is pretty sucky if you're on the Green Bay Packers here.
That was just an error mistake too with that what Jordan Love did with he fumbled the snap or whatever. He tripped over. That was some dumbass shit.
Sad, man.
I mean, he's like a rookie. He's like his rookie year, so
it's gonna happen, man. The rookies. I mean, who's been even impressive? Like AR was pretty decent as far as
he's been doing great, but he just keeps he's gonna hurt himself. Like, hey, that's already the truth in the details. Like last week, it was you had Trevor Lawrence saying protect yourself, and then this week it's again you getting hit. So yeah, you gotta relax.
Yeah, you gotta relax, man. Next thing you know, you'll be Tua. Get Tua ahead. Hey, but for the Saints, man. I mean, I like their defense. Defense is probably the strong suit of their team as well. At +2, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in my Wong teaser. We'll go over at the end, but this is going to be one of the pieces, man. I'm going to bring that +2 to +8, going through that number of 3 and 7, which is very key numbers. And we're going to see if the Saints can keep it close, with a decently low total as well in the game. So we'll see. Hopefully Derek Carr gets more blessings. I like how they're working Michael Thomas in there and giving him some targets. Obviously, Olave still being the number one, and he's going to get his. But the question mark was always Michael Thomas, for years now. So, yeah, man, it looks like we're split on this one because I do like the Saints as well. I think they have a chance to win outright. But I like Jordan Love. He's showing a lot of promise.
Yep.
All right, let's see here. Oh, did we touch on this one? Damn, we almost skipped it. Atlanta Falcons, man, at Detroit. I won't say the Detroit Tigers. Detroit Lions. What's the line here? We got Atlanta opened at +6 and now all the way down to +3.5 and 3. So it's been a crazy movement. Probably a lot to do with the different injuries Detroit has. Like we said, they lost last week, so people already don't like that. What's his name? Montgomery's out. And then one of their O linemen got hurt in the process as well. So less protection, less blocking with the starter out. So, that has a lot to do with it. And Atlanta pulled it out in the end, and Bijan Robinson looks like the best back in the league possibly right now. And definitely the best back for a rookie, no doubt.
For sure.
I'll just go here. I already fire on this, and this is probably going to be one of my best bets. Atlanta +3.5, man. I would take it all the way down to +3, but if it goes past +3, like you get 2.5, I don't think, I would lay off or put it in a teaser. But right now at +3 or better, I think Atlanta can keep it close, man. Keep it within a field goal.
I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions.
Yep. For those out there too, this is the time. If you like the Lions, Now that it's -3, and you could kind of wait to see if it goes down to -2.5. That's when you strike in. If you got a -3.5, -4, that's no bueno. See the difference? It's not even about the picks. It's like a lot of it isn't even about the picks. If you don't got a good bet, it's gonna hurt you in the long run.
Yeah,
So
and at least that money line it's -170 too, so it's not too bad.
yeah, it's a close.
In a parlay.
It's gonna be a close game for sure. Moving forward here, what we got here? Oh, okay. Oh, we already went over this
Already
one.
went over this. You like everywhere.
Yeah, I remember there's too many tabs going on. Okay, we got the Denver Broncos going over down to Miami. Miami here is -6, now -6.5. Total is 45.5, now 48.5, man. So it looks like they're thinking both sides can score some points. What do you like in this? You like Russell?
Nah, not at all. I'm gonna go with Tua and the Mike McDaniels over there and the Miami Dolphins. They had a
Hey.
whatever outing last time, so I think it's for them to bounce back. And they're at home too, so
Yeah, exactly. Man, Denver had that close game, almost came through and did some magic.
man, that Hail Mary was crazy.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson, I mean, is he improving, you think, in your opinion, or you think he's
He's
still
he's
sketch?
out there trying, but they don't really have no weapons for him right now. So it is what it
Try
is.
trying in the NFL is no fun. Just trying is not.
Well, I mean, it's better than not. It's better than what he was doing last year. So shit.
Yeah. But everyone was hyping Sean Payton up like he's gonna fix everything. It's like, yeah, they're improving, but that's not saying much for how bad they are,
Yeah.
last season. But yeah, definitely improvements on their end. I mean, their pieces are coming back. Javonte Williams is looking healthy, so it's definitely good there. But for me, yeah, I'm riding the hot hand here. Miami Dolphins, I would take it. -6 was good, -6.5 is good, all the way up to -7. Anything more than that, if it gets past -7, I would just take it in a teaser and bring it down to -1.5 or something. But
Yeah.
and I'll tell you guys, I'm gonna give some bonus stuff at the end. We always talk about the Wong teaser. I'm about to go over the wrong teaser and still bet it and be degen on it. And Miami might be one of those pieces, man. What else we got here? Oh, the running back Mostert. Shout out to Mostert, man. People thought he was
Yeah, he had
done.
a resurgence last week.
Yeah, it's just, and we were just talking about this earlier. It's just the workload. It's like when there's no other backs, to start, and you're the guy, you're the starter, you're the guy.
He's been
You
hurt
know,
too, though, the last 2 years.
no, yeah, for sure. Injury's always been his downfall because he's been good every time he wasn't injured for any team he played on. Period.
Yeah.
So he got the talent, man. He had some long runs as well. Shout out to Mostert. People are one league was roasting me for drafting Mostert. I was like, what do you mean, bro? I got him hella late. I didn't take him early. I was sleeping. Next, we already went over this, right?
Hold on.
I'm going left to right now. So okay. We got here the Buffalo Bills Mafia against the Washington Commanders. The Cum Boys come. We're actually in the Cum Town, by the way.
Oh,
That's
they're in
where this game
DC.
is. Yeah, this game is being played in Cum Town, DC, by the Commanders here.
Trying to
Let me see
visit.
the spread. It looks like obviously Buffalo's going to be favored here. They were -5.5, now -6.5. Under over is 46, now down to 43.5, man. So it looks like people saying they don't believe in Washington's offense, which I kind of agree with. However, Howell can sling the ball. It's just that they're not always protecting him. There's a lot of issues, and he still needs time, but he has potential as far as a passer.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's his rookie year, so at least they're winning games too, right? The Commanders. I mean, look,
they're 2-0. They're better than the Bills right now, technically, right? Record
yeah.
wise.
Nah, but I think Bills are back on track after that Raider smackage. They're probably just gonna go hard on these guys. It might be a little competitive, but no, I think Bills got it.
Yeah, Washington's defense is not bad. Obviously, their front four is good, but I think their secondary is still going to get torched. However, I do have some of my concerns with Josh Allen. Like, he's still going to be good, and he is good, but there were still some lingering plays where it was very questionable on his end, and I think he still needs to keep improving. But you did see improvements, obviously, from the first game. So I think they're going to be fine. They're going to be contenders, and I like them here, -6.5.
Yeah, it's not bad.
People got -6. I'll take it all the way to -7. And like I was telling you, the wrong teaser. Hey, I would even put Buffalo and Miami together and bring them down to just a minus half a point each. And that wouldn't be bad either, even though it's not technically an advantage bet. It's more of a degen bet, but if it cashes, then it doesn't really matter, right? For some people, so all is well when it cashes. What we got next here? We got here's a good kind of like good matchup, but it could get boring. I wish AR was playing though instead of Minshew Mania for the Indianapolis Colts going over to Baltimore Ravens. Colts
That
here,
sucks.
Ravens big favorites. Ravens open to minus 8.5, and they're actually going. Money's coming in on Indianapolis here, bringing them down to minus 7.5. Yeah, man, this is interesting because Baltimore is a contender, but they haven't been playing to their full potential yet, and they did have some injury as well. But I like Flowers.
It's a rival game too, but
yeah, no, this is a divisional game, right? So I wish AR was there so you can see two, rushing black quarterback just run, rush. Obviously, Lamar's probably a better passer, but that's not by that much. But he is better, more experience overall, and he got the bag. So
no, he's been spreading it too. Like Odell's, like unfortunately, he's gonna probably be hurt too. Too much smacking on Kim Kardashian or whatever. But
convenient. He's hurt, and then he goes on dates instead. It's
like you see how like the way and then what I mean by he's spreading out, like he's getting what's his name involved scoring touchdown, Nelson Aguilar and shit like that. You know what I mean? So Lamar's doing a good job, especially with the running games kind of out of it this week, and then luckily he got Andrews back too.
Yeah, I mean, there's no J.K. Dobbins, but I mean, I like the two guys that are their backups are fine, and Lamar rushes mostly too, so he's like another back. But Justice Hill,
they just signed Kenyon Drake too to their practice squad.
Drake. Hey, Kenyon Drake's back. He always is a lingerer, man, on every team. Like he just comes back and just plays there like one season real quick.
I'm surprised nobody's picked up Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe the Patriots will. That'd be crazy. Ooh, like they just have him like another version of Zeke, just a big body to like pound it in. And they just like, hey, can you run really powerfully just for 1 to 2 yards up the middle? Like that's what we need you for. And just hold on to the ball hella tight. That's what it is, bro. It's shit. Touchdown's a touchdown, bro. But yeah, this is another piece of the puzzle to my Wong teaser, along with the New Orleans Saints, bringing the Saints up from +2 to +8, and then taking Baltimore and bringing them from 7.5 down to -1.5, going through that 7 and 3. And that's going to be one of my best bets of the week as well, man. I think they're still going to pull it out, but it should be a competitive game. I just want to see what Minshew is like because he's a different style and a much better passer than AR. So it's going to be a different dynamic for sure. So for those got Michael Pittman out there, it might be a Michael Pittman game for the Colts, man, for fantasy. That's going to be a good one as well. Yeah, so I guess you're going to Ravens. You said Ravens too?
Yeah, I'm on the Ravens.
Okay, here's another divisional game. I think it's a good matchup right here, man. New England Patriots 0-2 going into New York City Jets. We got, guess who the favorite is here? New England. Yeah, it opened at Pick'ems, and now the Patriots are -2.5.
They haven't lost to the Jets in like so many years or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is a perfect situation because I think it would be way different if Aaron Rodgers was playing. I can see it being competitive, though, still. It's going to be low scoring because both defenses are very strong. And the Jets' offense isn't the greatest with Zach Wilson, but their run game is still pretty strong. When Breece Hall is definitely going to get more touches this week because he was pissed from not getting touches last week. So, but for me, I mean, I like New England at -2.5, even -3. I think they're going to pull out the win by probably around a field goal or more, but probably about 3 or 4 points. So I still think it's going to be tight. And as far as the total, it's 37 right now. That's pretty low, man. I mean, I would only go look at the under, but that's pretty low as well. It could get sketchy. But how is the Jets going to score?
Zach Wilson is very sketchy.
Yeah, is he going to throw another bomb to Garrett Wilson, or Garrett Wilson's going to have to do his magic?
It's very sketchy.
Yeah, so I could only look one way, but there were some sharp money coming in on Jets +3 because when it all went to was at -3 everywhere, it got taken down. People were hitting it and then went back to 2.5. So
It's also in New York too, so that might kind of play a part. But yeah, I don't
yeah,
know.
it's all close to each other. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Jets are at home. Hopefully the fans rally around it, but hopefully not because I'm hoping New England wins and gets their first win, man. I think it's a good spot for them and
Yeah,
perfect spot for them to win.
I'm rolling with New England too. And if you want to go the money line, it's pretty low too, minus
Yeah.
148. That's cool.
This might be oh no, I think it's gonna be one of my best bets for sure.
Mm. I
Like New
wouldn't.
England, I can't resist it.
I don't know. It's still sketch. What about
I was
Zach
hyped
Wilson
last
looks
week.
raw?
They kept it within a touchdown. They only
Came
lost by
back at the
7.
end, but like Jaceki, they fucked up with that weird ass play they did.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I was juiced though because it was my teaser. See, and then I was like, oh, perfect. They lost by 7. We
Yeah.
in this. Um, all right, here we go. We got the Panthers 0-2 going to Seattle to face Geno and the Seahawks here. The Hawks. What do you like the Hawks? You look like a Hawks fan. Just kidding.
Yeah, fuck the Seahawks, but I think they should take this one. Even the rookie's not going to play for the Panthers.
Oh, the quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh shit, is he out? He got hurt?
Yep.
Yeah, I missed that.
And Miles Sanders is questionable too now.
Yeah, which is whatever.
Yeah.
Which is whatever, which is mid. But yeah, Seattle, man, open -4 at home, now -6. Under over is at 42, man. No real movement, no big movements.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seattle.
I mean Seattle.
It's at home too. Yeah. Seattle's gonna have momentum coming off that last game, overtime. They should take it.
Yeah, they should win the game. I just don't want to lay 6 with them because I can see them winning by like 3 or 4 points.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm not betting Carolina either, though. Don't get me wrong. So for the pick, I think Seattle pulls it out, but I'm not betting that at -6, man. Maybe for those, I know someone's gonna throw it in their money line parlay though, for sure. Someone's doing it.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, there you go. I got it right there. I mean, there's some good options. Maybe you could do the chicken parlay. You got the Eagles on the money line and like the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Get that the KFC parlay.
The Ravens too. Shit.
And the Ravens. Yeah, if you want to keep adding on to all just the top birds. What we got here? We got next here the Bears, the ones that everyone's down on right now, hating on Justin Fields. Really, I think it's the coaching, but they go to Kansas City, man, with the tough challenge. The line is pretty crazy, bro. Opened at Kansas City -11.5, now -12.5, even -13 at some spots.
Damn.
Under over 50, now 47. So, which I agree with as well, because how are the Bears going to score other than Justin Fields?
Yeah, and their defensive coach just quit too.
There you go, man. It's just all in shambles. And then Kansas City is going to get better week over week. I think when they start clicking again.
Yeah. This is at home too. Red Kingdom. They're gonna show out. But at -12.5 is a lot, but fuck.
They can kind of name their score, right?
Bears looking like shit right now.
Yeah, it has the Bears bottom out yet after 2 weeks, or are they still gonna suck all season? Probably suck all season.
I don't know. We'll see. They're in the media right now, so now it's all like, okay, you talking spicy, put up or shut up now. You got to at least like show something because they haven't been looking good at all.
Yeah, and they got nothing to lose this week because everyone, going into it, like it's like you going to the Chiefs, like everyone hates you. Now it's like you're expected to lose, and you could kind of play like Justin Fields was saying, free. He wanted to be himself. He wanted to be free.
He want to run. So let's see. If anything,
let's just run every time. Let's just fuck it. Why not?
some prop bets. Justin Fields over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, I didn't even look at his passing prop. It's probably not out yet, but it's like, how low is it? Is it like, what if he gets like Justin Fields passing like 45 yards? Some wild, like disrespectful as fuck. Oh man, that'd be fun. I think he's still got better days ahead. I don't know about like as far as the NFL goes, like as far as the Chicago Bears and winning all that, but as far as fantasy football goes, I think he's still gonna get his stats. He's gonna run in a touchdown or two per game at some point. Maybe not now, but some people are like scared, and I think you should give him a couple more weeks before you panic on that one. So because he got a lot of upside, man. There's a lot of other choices. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, I hope they scissor again. PA scissors. What a play in Madden. I hope they get it together and continue to do touchdowns because I'm highly invested in that combination. So yeah, I'm going Chiefs, but I don't love laying that big lines like that in the NFL as much. What I'm going to do is, like I said earlier, with the Niners, I'm going to throw them for those that can get that -10 teaser, 3-team teaser at -130. Yeah, I'm going to throw him in as a second leg, and you could bring that -12.5 down to -2, 2.5. As long as it's below the 3, that's the key portion of it. Yeah. Next, what we got here? There's not too much on that game I don't even want to talk about because we got another big spread game, man. We got the 2-0 Dallas Cowboys with the best defense in the league against possibly one of the worst teams, not if the worst team in the league, Arizona Cardinals. Dallas opened at -10.5 on the road, now -12, 12.5. Under over 42, now up to 43. So it looks like they think there could be some points.
Yeah, Cardinals showed some heart last week, but then they just let it slip out their hands and let the Giants come back. So Cowboys ain't gonna let that happen. That defense is looking crazy. So for sure, Cowboys even with the spread.
Dobbs, the quarterback, was looking like he's not bad. He's doing all right. He's doing his job, but it's rough. The team isn't that great. And the morale I think is just not there, and the cohesion's not there. But yeah, obviously, this is not a hot take, but Dallas, I think they could dominate right here. I think they can win by 2 touchdowns, but you are pushing it in the NFL, especially on the road. But if I had to pick, I would take the -12 because I think they can win 13 or more. But what I'm going to do is make this the last leg in that 3-team 10-point teaser. And bring it down to -2.5, man. And that way you can have the Niners to win, Chiefs -2.5 or 2, and then the Cowboys -2.5 or 2. As long as you get past through that 3, you're golden, man. -130. Lock it in. Let's see here. But yeah, I mean, no other big thoughts on this. Cowboys just a real deal.
Yeah, I mean, that defense is looking great. Dak is still looking kind of mid, I want to say, but Tony Pollard's looking solid.
Yeah.
But Dak, I mean, yeah, he's doing what he needs to do. He just has to be like a facilitator, mediator. You know what I'm saying?
As long as he doesn't turn over the ball unnecessarily like he has.
Exactly, which he actually almost did, but Sauce couldn't hold it. So that's on Sauce Gardner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were roasting him after the game, Micah and CD. Like, you got to catch that.
All these guys got podcasts and stuff too, right? Like they do their little podcast show. I know what's his name, the Cowboys dude. So, all right. Well, we got here. Oh, we're going through it pretty decent here. We got the Sunday night football game. Steelers at the Raiders in Vegas, baby. Sunday night football. It's gonna be big, man. Excited. Vegas back from the East Coast trip.
Rivalry game, kind of old school teams.
Yep, old school teams. Man, the Raiders seeing some money here. It opens at Pick'ems. Now Raiders always down to -2.5. So money's been trickling in and coming in hard. Under over 41.5, now 43. So it looks like both teams have scored. But Steelers defense, I think, obviously has the advantage over Raiders defense. At least on the secondary side. Obviously, the rushing isn't bad. It's the big improvement for the Raiders this year, man.
TJ Watt's looking on fire for the Steelers.
Damn, these white brother couples have been just going crazy. The Bosas, the Watts, and then who else is the other guy? Atkinson. Does he have a brother?
Hutchinson? Yeah, I think he's not. I don't know if he's in the league though. I don't think so.
Yeah, but he will be, right? Or no? Or is it?
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, white brothers, bro. Shout out to white brothers.
Too much white excellence.
Yeah, there's a lot of white excellence going on right now, especially in the NFL. They might come back and try to overtake, but they're just been mad because black quarterbacks have been making a rise the past decade, so taking over the game. But yeah, man, I think I'm not betting this game. I don't think right now. I think I like Pittsburgh plus bring that +2.5 to +8 and definitely going to be in one of my teasers. I haven't done it yet, but I will. Because I think Raiders could pull out the win possibly, but it's going to be competitive, man. I think both teams' defense strong enough to hold.
They're the favorites for a reason, but I don't know. Just Jimmy G out there looking like Jimmy, and I think Steelers have enough of good of a defense to disrupt him and make him look shitty. So I think I'm going with the underdog with the
Steelers.
Steelers.
Hey, this is the battle of the robbers, the Steelers and the Raiders. Just fucking bipping people and shit. But yeah, man, I feel the same way. I think it's going to be competitive enough where laying points never is comfortable on the Raiders. Like they have the roster this year to do at least decent, receivers. They got weapons. They got improvement in defense. Obviously, Matt Crosby going crazy. Another person, white excellence. He doesn't have a brother, but fuck, he is a brother.
Part of that crew for sure.
Yeah. He does have a brother, but he's a brother. Based on his tattoos, looking like that. Paying homage to all the black greats. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just can't do it with the Raiders here. They might. I can see them pulling it out, but I'm not paying to find out. That's for sure. I'd rather put my money on the Steelers to keep it close within a touchdown, and do it that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then what's up with these double headers on Mondays, bro?
Yeah, they should just cut one of these and throw them on like a Friday or Saturday. That'd be lit.
That'd be pretty lit, man. Yeah, I don't know what they thought about, and having it at the same time is like stagnant off 1 hour. So it's like trying to boost sales for TVs or screens or what. But yeah, we got this Eagles game 2-0 against a 2-0 Baker Buccaneers.
Hey, Buccaneers, man, but they went hard last night.
The Bakerneers.
Mike Evans had like over 200 yards, something like that, right?
Yeah, hey, resurgence. Everyone thought he was going to be like a prima donna this season, holding out, old. Godwin. I mean, Godwin's still in there, but man, Mike Evans getting all the looks in the big plays from Baker, which I'm glad.
out there trying to. Shit.
Resurgence, bro. He's like the real Johnny Manziel. He's like Johnny Manziel 2.0. But yeah, man, what's the line here? We got Philly -7 opening, now -5, 5.5, and 4. So it looks like a lot of people are taking the points on Tampa Bay with the touchdown and the +6 all the way down to +5. So that's interesting, man. I mean, they're at home. I can see the love for it. I can see why. But I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Eagles.
I missed the number already. If you gave me the full 7 right now, I could see taking Tampa Bay, but at this point, I can see the Eagles pulling the win out by 6 or 7 points by a touchdown. So for me, no way, man. I'm gonna wait. If it gets down to -4 or something like that on Philly, I might take Philly.
Add that to that
money line.
That barbecue chicken parlay.
Hey, the barbecues. You're right. Thanks for reminding me. I need to write that down. I might do it, and I'm gonna wait till closer to Sunday. But yeah, we're gonna do like Seattle money line. Ravens money line. You can throw Ravens in. I already have Ravens on the other one. But yeah, you throw Ravens in there on the money line. 3 of those teams right there. Just the chicken trio.
The Falcons, those kind of sketch though.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw. I like the Falcons, but I wouldn't throw it in that group right there. Yeah, I would just bet on them straight.
That's that turkey.
That's that turkey. Last but not least, here we got. This is an interesting matchup here. L.A. Rams.
And the Bengals.
Which is surprising. Surprising a lot of people at 1-1 against the 0-2 Bengals, who have disappointed a lot of fans. We got, what is this? The line here. Cincinnati was actually originally -7.5 when it opened, and now they're all the way down to -2.5, less than a field goal favorite. And so it looks like everyone loves the Rams. And
yeah, I would go Rams just money line on this one, especially if they're saying Burrow has he possibly has re-aggravated his calf.
Yep.
He's looking like dog shit out there. So yeah,
he's looking rough. He went from looking like amazing last year to getting paid, and then the injury really affected him. And then Jamar Chase, all the fantasy owners of Jamar Chase is kind of mad. He hasn't been performing as well as he should, but it's not really all his fault. It's the team's offense and the quarterback.
Higgins finally got 2 touchdowns last week, so it's just rough all around there. If you don't got your highest paid NFL player, to make some shit happen for you, kind of assed out.
Yeah, that should ass out. Pause. But that sucks. But yeah, no, I agree. I would use the Rams +2.5 and bring that through an 8.5 for a teaser as well. To be honest, for those I haven't put it together yet, but looking at it right now, I'd probably do that with the Pittsburgh Steelers +8.5 and the Rams +8.5 right there as a 2-leg 6-point teaser. And I think both those teams are going to keep it close, not if win outright. And then for those that want to do that underdog on the money line, I mean, I like that as well on both those teams and the Rams too. So I think they can win outright for sure. But this is Cincinnati's spot though. Like this is their chance to bounce back at home.
It is
prime time.
It is, but not with all the reports that have been coming out that Burrow's like hurt again.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he's gonna have to throw it, and he can't be mobile. You know, he used to be a pretty mobile guy for being Caucasian.
He's younger, yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure, but because I was betting on, it's like, yo, Burrow can't go on 3, but now they're saying he's like re-hurt himself. It's like, oh yeah, it's sketch.
Yes, definitely.
Especially like Stafford was looking good, man. Look what we've been doing with his core too. Like, look at Puka, 15 catches, 130 some yards or 40 against the Niners. That running back, like we said, like they got some weapons over there, but Stafford, he had too many picks against the Niners. That's what messed him up.
Yeah,
that's the best defense also. So I don't think Bengals D is that good as the Niners defense. So I think they can get this win.
Yep, no, I agree. I think the Rams have been a little underrated, going into the season. And the backups, like you said, Kyron Williams, great pickup in fantasy. He's been holding the load. Only concern is like any small running back is if you're kind of smaller, when they give you a lot of touches and looks, it is rough. Only people like Derrick Henry could even handle it. But even those guys get hurt. It's just a rough position to play because you're gonna get banged up no matter what. So, but yeah, shout out to Kyron Williams, shout out to Puka. Hopefully Cup comes back. It's always good to see him come back. Matt Stafford still slinging it. So that team, isn't as bad as everyone thought they were going to be, man. I don't think they're going to get to the deep playoff Super Bowl type team.
Yeah, but it's all about just giving effort and competing.
Yeah, being competitive. That's as long as you're competitive in games.
Ran over like fuck.
With no pride and dignity, man. But exactly. Yeah, as far as best bets, man, what are your best looks here?
I'm gonna give you my best. These 3, man. Here's the lock of the locker. Of course, is gonna be the 49ers.
Okay, Niners -10, or you want to think?
Yeah, -10, and then I'm gonna do a greasy money line parlay with starting off with the Niners.
Yep.
With the Jags, Dolphins. Bills.
Yep, this is the greasy one. I think a lot of people are gonna be on this, including myself. Like this type of greasy right here.
Cowboys.
And
then chop it off with my homeboy.
Okay, Mahomes. Yeah, that's the greasy. I agree with that. If you want to go big DGen here, it's not even that big of DGen, but you're probably gonna get like plus 350, plus 400 at least, something like that.
And here's a prime time parlay. So it's money line. It's Eagles, Rams, and then the Steelers.
Oh, okay. 2 dogs in there, man. That's gonna be some plus money. I actually calculate that shit right now.
That's the prime time players.
You said Rams, Steelers. Who was the other one?
Eagles, because it's like all the primetime games.
Okay. Oh yeah. Eagles right there. I'm trying to see right there. 240.
And like we said, that barbecue chicken.
Yeah, that's a big payout for a 3-legger. That's a plus 610, plus 620. That's pretty good. Pretty good plus money there. Let's see what I got.
Let's get it. We're gonna ride that. You got to ride with that one too.
The plus 620, the prime time. I am on all those teams that you mentioned. I haven't bet on Philly yet, but Rams hit. I'm already on those. Niners, I'm on those, and definitely that greasy parlay. You already know I had to throw something like that in, but I'll show you some of my grease here. But best bet, I got 2 straight bets that I'll share here. New England -2.5. Those are readily available. Falcons plus 3.5. Those are available out there. I would take it all the way to +3. Teaser, best bet teaser, Baltimore -2. Or -1.5, whatever line you get. But you take a 6-point teaser at -120 or better. And then combine that with New Orleans +2 to +8. That's good. And then that was the Wong teaser. Now I give you the wrong teaser, but it probably cash as well because I hope it does. We got Miami -0.5 point combined with Buffalo -0.5 point, which is kind of that grease right there. And then I like that if you guys have access to that my 3-legger 10-point teaser, pretty much all online books pretty much have it. The only place that don't support that type of stuff is Las Vegas, the beautiful Las Vegas. They don't like the books here, don't do that. But it's Niners because you get 10 points back from it. So Niners just have to win. Dallas -2, Kansas City -2.5, and it's gonna be a -130 or better. I think that's gonna be a good one right there. So I give you 5 right there, but
There you
fuck
go.
it. Have yourself a Sunday. Hope y'all cash. Any last thoughts? Any primetime Dion this week? He's a big underdog.
Big underdog, right?
3 touchdowns.
Gotta sprinkle something on him, of course. You still gotta ride that magic right now.
See the hype. He's probably a huge underdog too, by the way.
Hell yeah, but you got the hood behind him right now.
Get it? Go buy the shades.
The culture.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. Looking forward to it. How's your fantasy teams looking this week?
Hey, I thought I was gonna go 4-1 because I'm in 5 leagues, unfortunately, and I ended up going 5-0 because of the Gen G League and pulling out a win that I already counted as a loss. And barely scraping by like a point or two. So that was huge. So I'm juiced so far. I'm either leading or worst leagues I'm in, like Gen G. I'm kind of middle of the pack, top middle, kind of right there. 1-1.
Oh, he's not 0-2, man. 0-2, you guys got to make some shit happen. Make some trades.
Yeah, I don't have any leagues where I'm 0-2. So, spend your fab. People are afraid. I learned that people are afraid to spend fab, but go ahead and spend it because,
because
realistically,
I never used that shit. Like last year, I never used it. So it's like you might as well just use it or lose it.
If you really, really want someone, because there's only a few guys that it's worth like really spending on when it's like a main running back gets hurt, and then they got like one backup running back only, then you kind of got to grab him. So that's what people did with Ford, man. We'll see how it goes, but then things could change. Ford could get hurt. They could sign new people.
That's the
scheme
NFL.
change. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's good. Shout out to Gen G. We're going to be back on the channel soon. Gen G is going to be back on a weekly cadence as well. MMA Smokeout, watch that because we're going to take a break next week when there's no event. But we got another episode out. Be on my channel for now, but then you could tune in to Gen G when we're back, baby, this week.
Yeah.
All right, peace out, ho. Smoke one.